shadows in the glow of a screen. A cozy little world where we in between. Highland cow dreams in a world of field, where every small moment is gently revealed. A cuppa in hand, steam curling high, we settle in slow as the hours go by, with games like home and laughter so near, a voice like a hearth that draws us here. Oh, cozy cow, guide us through morning, guide us through the morning. In your gentle world we stay, just one more level, one more day. Oh, cozy cow, warm and true, we find our calm in what you do. A cozy game, a cozy sound, where tired hearts can rest unbound. From Stardew fields where the crops grow slow, to dinkum skies in a golden glow, through fallout nights and soft survival play, you turn the chaos into play. No rush, no roar, just quiet delight, a safe little place at the end of the night, where every click feels like coming home, and no one ever feels alone. Oh, cozy cow, guide us through the morning. In your gentle world we stay, just one more level, one more day. Oh, cozy cow, calm and true, we find our breath in what you do. A cozy game, a steady sound, where weary minds can rest unbound. We don't need noise to feel alive, just soft small moments to survive. A highland dream, a gentle stream, a place that feels like something seen. Oh, cozy cow, stay through the morning with a perfect cuppa, my friendos. In your world we stay away till morning comes and breaks the gray. Oh, cozy cow, calm and true, we find our peace in what you do. A cozy game, a steady ground, where quiet joy can still be found.
Hello, Michelle Shelley Liberty here of Cozy Cow Gaming. Welcome in, welcome in. So lovely to see you on this Monday afternoon. Bren, I'm glad you went to the hospital, but I'm sorry you're in the hospital, but I'm glad you're in the hospital. I know. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Please take care. You're very important and I worry about you. And Teresa Beat Gaming, welcome in, sweetie. Big hugs to you as well. Big, supportive, caring, grateful that you're around hugs. To each of you, you're both very important to me and I'm glad that you are here. Well, today we're going to go and do a story. I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to tell a story through a game. And I've sort of done that a couple of times where the games that we play just naturally became very story driven. This is sort of a game graphic novel, but it's a cozy novel. It's called Spirit Talk. And well, without spoiling too much, let's go get into it. I really enjoy it. I just have to remember how to play it every time. Well, that's a good sign. We're going to start a fresh one, of course. So, Spirit Talk. I love the cozy vibe about this. Not quite Fergie, but sorta. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Wait, what? It's over there. Oh, it's fallen asleep. Cute. Well, when it wakes up, we'll have a serious talk. It's a black cat. You can talk till you're blue in the face and it won't matter. Speaking as the owner of a tuxedo kitty, it won't matter. Kitty will do what Kitty wants to do. It's been a while since the last time I was in Mom's shop. If I hadn't lost my hat, I probably wouldn't have come back here for a long time. Never, if it were up to Dad. Ooh, interesting. Ah, here it is. Much better. I guess I left it here when I came with Dad to pick up some things when Mom, you know. Whoa. Kitty is really sound asleep. What's this parcel? I don't remember this being here. Was Dad storing something in the shop? Oh, there's a letter. It's for me. This is Mom's handwriting. Hi, honey. I guess Dad will have given you this letter after I'm gone. I don't know how long it's been since my departure. You know Dad. Please understand him. Everyone copes with things at their own pace. We didn't have much time to teach you everything I wanted to, but I hope you inherited the gift. In this box, you'll find your great-great-grandmother's crystal ball. Give it a try. Love, Mom. Aw. It seems that Dad wasn't ready yet. Mom always kept her great-great-grandmother's ball on her desk. It was her most precious treasure. And now, I remember Mom sitting here in front of the ball. I don't know what she wants me to do with it. What should I do? I suppose. Oink moo cock-a-doodle-doo. Morning all. Good morning. Hello, honey. Mom! I knew you had the gift. Welcome in. Oink. Lovely to see you. I love your name. So humorous. Hi, Oink. You make me laugh. Thank you. I knew you had the gift. I was sure of it. I thought I would never be able to do it. Honey, both your grandmothers and I have spent a long time practicing. We weren't able to do it as quickly as you did, and even less on the first try. I thought that you have managed to do what no witch in the family has ever achieved. So, will I be able to follow in your footsteps? Not only that, you might be the most promising of us all. But we can't waste time. What? When a witch reaches your age, she starts practicing with the gift. And you'll have to start performing my duties at the shop immediately. Do you mean I have to take over for you right now? Of course not, Julia. Not right now. Phew. Thank goodness. I thought that tomorrow. That'll be fine. You mean tomorrow? Let us reflect. She is having an argument with her mother, who is a spirit. And boy, is this an animated conversation that I could see any mom and daughter having, you know? For real. I know I used to have them with my mom all the time. First thing in the morning. But I'm not ready. You're the first person I've summoned. The learning process for a witch takes years, even decades. I don't know how long. Oh, sorry, that was the mom. I don't know how long I'll be able to teach you. So we'll have to skip all the basics. Wait, the basics? We need you to go we need you ready to go from the very first minute. So you won't always be there when I summon you? Spirit Town is a city unlike any other. Outside the city, seeing a spirit like mine is a myth, a fantasy. Here, for some reason, spirits linger for a while after passing away. It could be a week, a month, or just a few days. The time we'll have to teach you everything is unknown, even for me. Then we have to hurry up. I knew you would get it. I'll start from the beginning. Our mission as witches of Spirit Town is quite simple. We make contact with people's loved ones so they can help them with matters only they can resolve. It seems pretty straightforward. But how do I summon them? Exactly as you've just done. You simply need to focus on helping that person with all your might. When you summoned me, you just thought that you wanted to see me with all your heart. It doesn't seem so simple then. I'm sure you'll be okay. Actually, we've already practiced this. Huh? How? When you were younger, we practiced one of the exercises Granny made me do when I first started training. But we turned it into a game. But I don't remember. Don't you remember when we used to play with your favorite doll? It's quite foggy. Well, let's take advantage of that. Of what? That I don't remember? Exactly. Huh? Besides summoning the spirits of family members and friends of those in need, you will also have to learn how to cast spells to help with their problems. I remember that most of the time you were in the back room preparing all kinds of things. In addition to summoning spirits, we have many other abilities. Let's create a spell to help you remember the game we used to play when you were little. Okay. So, oink moo cockadoodle doo, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. And Teresa and Bren, I hope you all are doing fabulous. And again, thank you for stopping by. All right. Here we go. This is the cauldron where we cast our spells. Is it normal for it to be steaming? My grandmother told me that your great-great-grandmother had cast a spell so that it would always be ready. But she never told me how she did it. So the whole time the store was closed, the cauldron was steaming? Let's see. Teresa says, I'm doing great. Had a good therapy session. Yay! I'm so glad to hear that. Big hugs for you, sweetie. Yeah? Okay. Let's get started. We don't have many ingredients right now, but we can manage with what we have. Let's cast a spell of forgotten knowledge. I'm looking for something in my notes. I wrote this down yesterday, and I lost my notes. Okay. Will that help me remember? That's right. Sometimes they'll need a little extra help. That's what your spells are for. Go to the spell book on the table and find what you need to create the spell Forgotten Knowledge. Okay, here's our spell book. So we have Happy Moments. That's a spell? Or a recipe or something? Familiar spell, smell, familiar sound, forgotten thoughts, lost item, forgotten flavor, forgotten knowledge. Woohoo! Found it. And this, what is this? Forgotten knowledge. You feel intellectual growth when glow reveals hidden facts beneath a layer of ancestral harmony. These are ingredients? What do you mean? This is not a recipe. Of course it is. Forgotten knowledge. You feel intellectual growth when glow reveals facts hidden beneath a layer of ancestral harmony. To protect our knowledge, all spells are explained in an unconventional way. Well, I gotta say, unconventional is a little bit of an understatement. So the words growth, glow, and harmony refer to ingredients? Exactly. Now you just have to look for those references in the ingredients and you'll get it in no time. Remember that you have explanations of all the ingredients in the spell book. As you can see, in here you'll learn everything about each ingredient. Not only that, the recipe also indicates the correct order in which you have to add the ingredients. If you make a mistake before clicking cook, you can click on reset to remove the ingredients you added to the cauldron. Now, let's get to work. All right. Let's go to ingredients. Day oil. Blah, blah, blah. That's energy. Night oil is silence. Twilight oil is glow. Subconscious will. Emerald is growth. Dahlia, nostalgia, clarity, and harmony. Harmony is the flower cosmos. Cosmos. Whatever. Okay. So here we go. All right. So first we have emerald. In they go. Then we have twilight. That's twilight. Day oil, night oil, twilight water. That's it. And then Harmony is Cosmo, the flower. There we go. And then we say cook. Potion crafted. We just did our first potion. Yay! Potion crafted. You have crafted forgotten knowledge. New recipe discovered, added to the book. It's just what you needed. Continue. Congratulations, you successfully cast your first spell. Anyway, don't worry if you can't always cast them. You're just starting, and we can't expect you to do what it took me years to learn. It doesn't seem too complicated, but I'll have to practice a lot to master it. That's what I wanted to hear. Now what do we do? If you succeed in creating your spells, you won't have to do anything else. Is it already completed? When you cast a spell successfully, it takes effect immediately on the person you cast it on. But I don't remember anything. Give it a try. Well, I remember... I think I remember. We played in Grandma's garden with Goldilocks, my doll. You love Goldilocks so much. Yeah, I miss her. And do you remember what we used to play? You acted like Goldilocks was telling me about her daily life. And I had to try to help her in every way possible. Exactly. I used to do that with Granny all the time. What does it have to do with learning how to summon a spirit? It's very simple. You can only summon a spirit if you manage to form an emotional bond with it. That's why it was so easy with you. But this is not the norm. So you need to focus on each person who comes into the store, listen to them carefully, understand them, and thus be able to form an emotional bond with the spirit you are going to summon. It seems quite difficult. That's why we can't waste any time. We need you to start immediately so that I can help you in any way I can. Anyway, I don't think anyone will show up tomorrow. Even I didn't know this was going to happen. Don't worry. I'll take care of that. How? We'll find out tomorrow. Ruh-roh. Mama's up to something. By the way, Mom, what about the cat? Do you have a cat? He was right there. No, when I entered the store, a cat snuck in. Up until just now, it was sleeping on the couch. Well, it's clear that it's not here anymore. Anyway, I have a feeling this won't be the last time I see it around here. It liked that armchair a bit too much. I see you already have a coworker. It seems so. Go home, dear. Tomorrow will be the first official day as a witch in Spirit Town, so you need to be well rested. Day 1! Woohoo! October 24th. If someone had told me that I would see my mother again today, I wouldn't have believed a word of it, much less than tomorrow would be my first day as a witch in Spirit Town. When I told Dad everything that had happened, he didn't know what to say. He should know better than anyone else that it's the only way for me to be close to Mom. Why doesn't he get it? Some things are just not easy to get, you know? At the end of the street is Mom's store. I suppose it's too late to run away, isn't it? Okay. The Garden Whisper Florist. Hey, Julia. Kitty, 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 kitty. Harold. Congratulations, Julia. Why? Let's just say the news travels fast around your mom's store. I don't know how, but I'm starting to figure it out. Since Cynthia left us, this city hasn't been the same without her help. I'm glad you finally decided to continue your mother's work in her shop. Sorry, your store. It means a lot coming from you. I won't take up any more of your time. I suppose you'll need ingredients for your spells. Cynthia always asks me for herbs or herbs. To make them. We get stuck on that conversation. We'll be here for hours just trying to figure out how to pronounce that. Do you know which ones she used to order? Of course. I've already sent you to the store for some... Wait, am I reading that right? I've already sent you to the store for some things you're going to need for sure. Okay. Thank you. Let's see. I can't wait to see Cynthia's Enchanted Corner open again. Remember, in order to make this work, we need to know the people. So we need to stop and find out. Here's the Echoes of Wordsworth bookshop and at the drugstore. Do you know that too? I didn't mean to pry, but I guess I'm eager to tell you. Welcome, colleague. Spirit Town is not the best place to keep secrets. Don't be upset. Yesterday afternoon, Lulu started spreading the word that Cynthia's daughter would be opening the store today. It was clear that if anyone would know before anyone else, it would be Lulu. You know her. She finds out everything. That's absolutely true. All right. So Edgar the druggist. And now Lulu's Antiques. Ah, this is Lulu. I had a feeling I'd see you here today. I had a feeling that I would see you at your mother's store, Julia. And that feeling, is there any explanation for it? Maybe. Premonitions can come in many different ways. I don't have the powers that your mother or you have, but I can sometimes hear the spirits. As long as they have something important to tell me. Did my mother tell you? Yes. It wasn't many words, but she made it clear that I had to tell the whole town that you were starting to work at the store today. She seemed to be in a bit of a hurry. It's a long story. I'm glad you're continuing Cynthia's work. Spirit Town has been without a spiritual guidance for far too long. It seems so. My mother's influence seems to run deep. So that's what Mom was saying. She said she had a way to get the word out quickly. It's called a Lulu. The wind brings whispers of change. Hey, it's my sweet sister. Hi, sweetie. My lovely sweet sister. The wind brings whispers of change. I like how they sound. But don't let your mother's footsteps predetermine your path. Interesting side comment. Trying to relax. My pain is too heavy right now on your stomach. I believe that. Well, just sit back and relax. Ice cream, milkshakes, smoothies, juices, natural juices. Cynthia's Enchanted Corner. We're here. Cynthia's Enchanted Corner. I never thought I would follow in my mother's footsteps, but here I am. Is there a letter in the mailbox? Letter from the post office. Dear Julia, we are pleased to inform you that we have now registered your postal address in the local business database. From now on, your neighbors will know that your business has reopened and will be able to contact you by mail. Warm regards from Spirit Town Post Office. Wow, they even made it all the way to informing the post office. I'm starting to think I was the last one to find out about all this. I guess I have to check the mailbox every day to see if there are any new orders. I wonder if the kitty is there. Today is the day. Am I nervous? Of course not. I'm all alone. Who am I trying to fool? I better call Mom. There she is. Ready? I think so. Don't worry. I'll always be with you. If you need any help, pay attention. I'll whisper in your ear what you need to do when I have to summon you with the ball. Your great-great-grandmother's crystal ball isn't magic, Julia. What did you say? To summon someone, it is easier to focus on something specific. The less spiritual connection you have with that person, the more focus you will need. In our case, it was helpful the first time, but now, actually, if you just want me to be by your side, I'll be there. I'm your mother. You can always count on me. But why do all witches in movies have a crystal ball? Oh, well, one of your great-great-grandmother's clients worked in the film industry and liked it so much that he thought it was normal. Have you opened the box with the ingredients yet? Which box? The one at the entrance? Oh, I hadn't noticed. Everything I ordered is here. Great. We can replace all the ingredients with fresh ones. What do you mean? I left some instructions for Lulu in case this happened. I figured... Julia, I think a customer is arriving. I can see them through the window. See you later. Mom, don't leave me alone. Edmund. Hello, good morning. My name is Edmund. Good morning. Is the store open? I read in the newspaper that it was the opening day, but it's all been very sudden. There was a newspaper announcement? Holy cannoli! I suppose that's Lulu's doing too. Yes, it was sudden for everyone. But we are back in business. I'll make some tea and you can tell me what you need. How can I help you, Edmund? For several months now, we should all hydrate. For several months now, my wife's favorite flower has been withering, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how. I went to the florist, to the plant nursery nearby, and no one can help me. But I'm really sad that I don't know what's wrong with it, but I think, what? My wife, Mary, she would know the answer for me. Have you asked her? That's why I'm here. I was hoping to talk to her now that the store is up and running again. I understand. Mary was the gardener of the house. Not exactly. I was the one who took care of the plants, but this flower, it was Mary's greatest treasure. I was in charge of watering it, but she took care of everything else. Would it be possible to see her one more time to ask for her help? Well, I can try. Give me a moment. Are you ready, Julia? Mom, don't make me more nervous. I'm concentrating. Mary! But Edmund, what did you do to my poor flower? That's why I came to you. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, honey. Excuse my manners, dear. My name is Mary. Don't worry. You hadn't seen each other in a while. My name is Julia. Nice to meet you, sweetie. But I just couldn't believe what my eyes were seeing. My beautiful flower withered. Edmund came in very worried. He didn't know what else to do to make the flower as beautiful as it used to be. But you were the one who always watered it, honey. I know, but you took care of all the rest of it that it needs. I remember giving it something when it seemed weaker, but I can't quite remember what it was. The next day, the flower bloomed as radiant as ever. That's it. That would be the key. Do you have any idea what it could be? Unfortunately, I don't think so. So we need to have a memory charm or something. Since the day I passed away, my memories are quite foggy. Yesterday, I learned a spell for this. Wait a moment. Well, the time has come. Thank goodness we practiced this spell yesterday. Also, revise the spell book to make sure you have the correct one. Now that you have prepared Forgotten Knowledge spell once, the exact recipe will appear in the spell book. Great! Remember that you have 3 attempts, so if you don't get it right the first time, you have 2 more chances. I won't interrupt you anymore. It's important for you to keep learning. Learn from both successes and mistakes, as this is the only way you can become a great witch you are destined to be. Thank you, Mom. All right, so there it is. Under spells, it was called Forgotten Knowledge. And now it says Emerald, Twilight Water, and Cosmo. So Emerald, Twilight Water, and Cosmo. Cook. I didn't even have to consult my notes. Woohoo! I have created Forgotten Knowledge. Continue. I've just prepared the spell. Do you remember anything now, Mary? I don't think so, dear. It's okay. I'm sure I can. Wait, Edmund. Yes, I think I remember. When the flower looked its worst in the morning, I used to make a special fertilizer that my grandmother taught me. My grandmother used to tell me that if I prepared it with love, any flower would feel it, and the next morning it would be perfectly healthy again. That must be it. What was the recipe for the fertilizer? I kept it in my notebook next to the photos of our children. So we have the answer. Anyway, Edmund, I just remembered that it was helpful for specific moments, not a remedy to make it better in cases like this. So we have to keep looking for the answer. Have you continued watering it as usual? Well, what happened? Not exactly. Since you left, Alice and her husband have been coming over to help me. Oh, how is she? Alice is great, but all of them miss you. Reb CG, welcome in, sweetie. Lovely to see you. I'm glad you stopped by. She was always very responsible. She knew what the flower meant to me. That's why I don't think that's what it was. Although, now that I think about it, what happened? Alice sometimes comes with our granddaughter, and I think she moved the flower and took it to the living room. But it's not bad either. Both the kitchen and the living room get plenty of sunlight, and they're well ventilated, too. Catherine wanted the flower to be in the living room because she said she wanted to have you closer? I thought it was a good idea, and I didn't want to change her mind. My little girl. Catherine is your granddaughter, isn't she? Yes, she's very young, only 3 years old. She doesn't know why her grandmother doesn't come around anymore. Well, what did you tell her, my poor thing? Alice told her that Grandma had to hurry off to heaven. If she wanted to talk to you, she just had to tell the flower everything she wanted you to know. Now I understand why I heard Catherine sometimes. I didn't know why I could hear her, but it's always a joy to hear her voice. Objects or plants in this case, such as the crystal ball, are not magical and do not contact our loved ones, but they do help us communicate with them. That's why you're so worried about the flower, isn't it, Edmund? I don't want Catherine to come home one day and think she can no longer talk to her grandmother. But maybe that's the problem, isn't it? Should I move the flower? It's the only thing that has changed. Maybe that's why it started to wither. I don't see why moving it should be a problem, but it seems to be the only solution. Of course. It's the only thing that could make sense. Let's try something. Move it to a different spot, and if the flower doesn't improve, come back and we'll look for a different solution together. I can't think of anything else, Edmund. It seems reasonable. Tell Catherine that Grandma prefers the flower to be in the kitchen. And what do I tell her if she asks me why? Granny remembers when we used to bake cookies together, and she would like to be with her when she bakes them again in the kitchen with Mom. Aw, that is so sweet. That is so sweet. Do you like cookies, Julia? Of course. Who doesn't love homemade cookies? Edmund, could you ask Alice to bake some cookies with Catherine if you have to come back here? Of course. I'm sure they'll love the idea. Thinking on an empty stomach is not usually as effective as when you are eating some cookies. I couldn't agree more. See you later, Edmund. Thanks for helping me, sweetheart, as always. Aw, man. I hope Cozy Hubby and I are like that way when we get to that point in life. So sweet. I think I have to work. I have work to do. Thank you for everything, Julia. If you need more help, you know where the store is. Aw. That was sweet. And the kitty cat hasn't come back. I wonder where the kitty cat is. It hasn't been that bad, has it? When Edmund came in, I didn't understand anything he was saying, but little by little, I began to grasp the situation. The key to this work is understanding those who come asking for help. Sometimes you'll be able to help them, and sometimes you won't. I suspect that in Edmund's case, this won't be his last time here. I hope he comes by with Mary's radiant flower. I'm sure we'll find out in a few days. By the way, tell me, Mom, did you talk to your father about all this? Yes, very quickly. What did he say when he found out you were coming to the store for your first day? And Teresa says hi to Reb? Well, he didn't say much. He simply said that if that was what I wanted, I should do it. I'm glad he took it well. After telling me that, he simply took a sip of warm milk he drinks before going to bed and went to sleep. Without a hug or a smile. You know, you have to be patient with him. Going through that isn't easy. It isn't easy for me either, Mom. Well, your case is a bit different. I'm off. It looks like we're going to have a really busy day. Oh, hello. And let's hydrate before our next friendo shows up. Oh, and we're being raided. Okay, give them a moment. Darlene, welcome in, Darlene. Lovely, lovely to see you. I hope you're doing well, sweetie. And that one guy, Stu, welcome in, welcome in. Lovely to see you, sweetie. La 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 la. Let's see. Mayhem. Welcome in. This would be the King of Fishton. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, thank you, thank you for stopping by. And let's see who else pops in. Amp Revamped. Welcome in, Amp. Lovely to see you, sweetie. My sweet Moo sister. I hope you're doing well. And there's Shaman Carmichael.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Cozy Cow Gaming. Welcome, Raiders one and all. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Cozy Cow's Barn. Welcome, you are all welcome here in Cozy Cow's Barn.
There we go. And Amp says, oh, wait. All right, hold on. Let's see. Amp Raid. Redeem Raider. Okay. Shaman says, because I hate the GPS anyway, so you would pick the GPS. I get that. And also Amp would do it too, because she doesn't drive. That's why I picked it too. Raw, welcome in. Lovely to see you. I'm so glad you stopped by. And Reb says, welcome in, Raider. So we have a poll up. And why, Fred? Welcome in, Fred. I am so sorry I missed your birthday on Saturday. At least my brain thinks I did. I hope I wished you a happy birthday. Happy birthday. We have a poll up that you are all welcome to join in and do.
Dance a jig and sing a song. We celebrate you, dear Coo. Happy birthday!
There we go. Happy birthday. All right, so we have a game that we play in chat and in poll. So everybody, even if you're not chatting, you can vote in the poll. But it would be great if you could answer in the chat, just so we kind of get a sense of why people chose what they chose. Today's question is, would you rather be permanently banned from online shopping or using the GPS? I said GPS. I don't drive, and the GPS never helped me anyway. Yeah, bad sense of direction, even with the GPS. Yep. For what it's worth, my brain feels like I missed it. Okay. Yeah. My brain says that. Okay, we'll just go with it. Teresa says, I picked GPS because I always shop online and don't drive. I know. That way we didn't miss out on anything. Woohoo! Yay, thanks for subbing to our Moo sister. Yep. Chrissy, welcome in, Chrissy. Lovely to see you again. I hope you're doing well. So many of us don't drive. Well, I have a driver's license and I can drive. And now that I have the bionic knee, it's better because it was the right leg, so it makes it really hard to push down on the brake. And in the driving in the DC metropolitan area, you have to put the brakes down on a lot. But since they fixed my right leg, we realized that my left leg is a half an inch shorter. Yeah. So, I still can't drive well. Harshdeep, welcome in, welcome in. Lovely to see you. Shaman says GPS has put me in a wall and in a lake and give me a paper map any day. Yeah, but field of vision with maps, and I still don't have a good enough sense of direction to use them. Although games have helped me get better. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Chrissy. Here are healing, supportive hugs coming your way. Let's see. Amp says, I technically can if I were still in my. Oh, yeah. Well, see, now that would make sense. My issue is just, pain from in the knee. So, and then when the pain gets bad, I get cranky. Yeah, that's the word. We'll go with cranky. I didn't understand the question you were asking in the poll. Would you rather be permanently banned from online shopping or using the GPS? So, I personally want to be able to shop whenever I want to shop. This is called Spirit Talk. It is technically a cozy graphic novel. We run a little shop where we use our witchy skills and we help people solve their problems. So it's so far we've helped one person, two people. No, one person. She just had many parts to helping her. The GPS needs to be banned. Yeah, I think we're in agreement. The world can do without GPSs. They don't work anywho. One of the things, my issue when I did drive, I always did use the GPS for the instances where something bad happened and I needed to go off, off of the road that I know I need to be on. But, the number of one time, folks, we were coming back from Pennsylvania and we know the way, but there was a lot of traffic. So Cozy Hubby followed the GPS. It took us through downtown Baltimore. And I mean, the part of Baltimore we should not have been in. And I kept saying, because I grew up there. I said, no. We don't want to be here. We need to leave. And once you're in it, it's not easy to leave. So we got out. And then the GPS tried to put us in downtown DC. Two cities. We didn't have to go to either one. I'm like, after Baltimore, I'm like, yeah, no, we are not going to DC. Not at all. It recalculates too many times. I get that. And movies make fun of it. Yep. You're lurking. Oh, I'm sorry about the adulting. Yeah. GPS has gotten better, but it can still take you to very bad areas. Yes. And I don't have no clue why it took us to these two places. There was some sports thing going on in DC, so you definitely don't want to go into DC when that is happening. And nothing that we had set up would explain it. And when we complained to the GPS AI, it said, "I'm sorry that you are dissatisfied with your route. I recognize that is frustrating." Like, "Oh, thank you." The AI is feeling sorry for us, but it's not going to change the route, but thank you. You grew up using maps? I'm old. Hey, I'm 61, so I grew up using maps too. Problem was I didn't use them very well. Yeah. Yeah, not very good. 67, so you're a little bit older than me. Little bit. Yep. Well, welcome in, Raw. Glad to have you here in the herd. All right, let's see. So this is a start. This is a perfect time to come in because this is the start of a new case, I guess is what you would call them. So here we go. Let's get going. Hello, my name is Paul. Is this Cynthia's Enchanted Corner? Hold on. There we go. Exactly. Nice to meet you. My name is Julia. Oh, I thought your name was Cynthia. Cynthia was my mother. Now I have taken her place. Now everything makes more sense. How can I help you? I don't know if you can help me, but we can try. I've got nothing to lose. Of course. When we were little, my brother and I entertained ourselves by composing songs of all kinds. Let's see. Amp says, okay, sweet things, I'm going to scoot and get everyone fed. Hope to see y'all later. Have a great stream. Thank you. Enjoy your yummers. And Shaman says, I tend to think every direction I'm going is north. So nothing works for that. I don't even put a direction on them. You either tell me right or left and hope I remember which is right or left. Yeah. All good things. Yeah? Yeah. When we were little, my brother and I entertained ourselves by composing songs of all kinds. We became teenagers and decided to create a demo tape to become rock stars. That sounds great. We were really excited and worked very hard to get a demo that would convince a record company. But when we were writing the last song, Alex, my brother, had an accident. Since his passing, I have been trying to finish the last song we were writing. But he was the creative one of the two of us. Could you help me? But I don't know anything about music. I was wondering if it would be possible to ask my brother, Alex, for advice. Oh, yes, of course, but tell me, what do you need? I'm still new to this, but spirits aren't usually available for long to make contact with them. And you told me it was when you were teenagers. When did the accident happen? 20 years ago. Don't worry, it was nothing. I simply wanted to know if there was any possibility. Your brother meant a lot to you, didn't he? Alex was my best friend. Although, I realize that a bit late. We're not aware of what we have until we lose it. My mother used to wake me up every morning singing a little song she had just made up. It doesn't sound so bad. No, but when they wake you up at 6 a.m. on a Saturday after getting up early all week to go to school, you see it from a different perspective. I suppose that's true. We miss the things that annoyed us more than we miss the things we thought made us happy with them. Shall we try? I can't wait. Here we go. I'm so sorry, Paul. Don't worry. It was just a silly thought. I saw that it was open again, and spirits do not choose how long to stay. So, if a lot of time passes, it is quite likely that they have already left. I understand. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you. I hope you have better luck next time. Uh-oh. Get him back! Get him back! Oh, you scared me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Didn't you call me? Are you Alex? Yes, have we met? Wait a minute, don't go. Your brother has just left. Paul! Paul, it seems that miracles exist. Alex, why are you still here? I don't really know. I really thought I had already left. It's been a long time. You look very different. I bet you're still single, too. You haven't changed a bit, have you? Change is not something that happens very often in my situation. Yeah. Well, what was so urgent that it can't wait a few decades to ask me? Do you remember the last song on the demo? It's one of the few things I still remember clearly. The song that would make us stars. The best single of the record. Although we never finished it because of certain details. Yeah. What about it? Since you passed away, I've been thinking of finishing it, but you didn't finish it, did you? It looks like that's why I haven't left yet. My unfinished business. Well, that's more a movie thing than something that happens in real life. Am I not being held here because of unfinished business? No. Things are simpler than that. Simply, one day, you leave. So you won't chase me with the proton beam? You won't. So you won't chase me with a proton beam while I turn into a giant marshmallow that destroys the city? I'm sorry, people. I'm afraid not. It would have been way funnier if that had been the case. Yeah. So, better make the most of our time. What did you have in mind for the lyric? That's why I'm here. I thought you could help me. Me help you? I'm just a handful of flying plasma. You have already lived much more than I ever had. I'm sure you have way better ideas than we had during those times. You were the one who had the best ideas, the ones that ended up in the lyrics of the song. Paul, I was the one who wrote down what we both composed. The emotion, the feelings, they were yours. I was simply, how can I put this, a translator? Exactly! But now, nothing has changed now, Paul. You've been through a lot. Your emotions have changed. Your life has changed. I'm sure you've tried to follow the song as we left it. How do you expect me to do that, then? A song is born from a feeling, an emotion. How can you try to keep writing the same song with everything that's happened? Ooh, that's really deep. With everything you've been through since then. But that's what we wrote. I don't want to destroy what you wrote. That's impossible, Paul. I am part of you. You know that. Whatever you write will be as much yours as it is mine. Let's do something. Tell me right now, what's the happiest moment you remember? When we sang as children together with Paul. What's going on? It's true. How can that be true? 1,000 years have passed since then. Oh, your internet is dropping, so unfortunately going to have to go. Hopefully it comes back and can rejoin the fun. Oh, thank you, Fred. Definitely, if you need to do what you need to do. Thank you. I'm sure you have hundreds of happier memories than that. Julia, do you have any of those spells Gandalf cast? Oh, man. Julia, do you have any of those spells Gandalf cast so my brother can be honest with himself? Well, The truth is, it's my first day. Let me take a look and I'll be right back. All right, let's see what we think. Will Mom have a spell to remember a feeling? I guess remembering a happy moment shouldn't be that complicated, right? I should take a look at the spell book before I start throwing ingredients into the cauldron. All right, let's see. We want spells. Happy moments. That could possibly be familiar smell, sound, forgotten thoughts, lost item, forgotten flavor, forgotten knowledge, listen to yourself, forgotten motivation. I think it's a happy moment. I think it's a moment for happy moment. So you invoke a wave of nostalgia that brings glow to your mind. And we already know that glow is the twilight water. Allowing the will of the past to heal your present. Oh. Well, let's find out. We have 3 tries to get it right. Nostalgia. So the glow. Subconscious will. So ruby is the gem. Twilight water is and then the flower, nostalgia, dahlia. All right, I'm guessing that that's what it is. All right. Pokemon Go Charizard. Welcome in, welcome in. Lovely to see you again. I hope you're doing well. I am doing moo-tastic. Thank you. All right, let's find out. So we said nostalgia. So dahlia. There we go. And glow. So the twilight water. And will for ruby. All right, cook. You've created happy moments. A new recipe is discovered and added. It's just what you needed. Diggity dog. We created our second potion. Let's see if the spell works. Is your mind clearer now? I think so. What is your happiest memory, Paul? Honestly, the day Mateo was born. Mateo is your nephew. Huh? When I passed away, I lost track of time. And to hear that I'm an uncle, it's normal to get excited, Alex. You've just found out that your brother had a child. For you, it seems like yesterday when you were writing the song. To me, it still feels like it was yesterday. How old is he? He will be 6 in a couple of months. Don't tell me he was born around Christmas. Right on the 25th. Wow. That is cool. Like you. Oh. Why did you lie then? Hey, I'm under too much pressure. So many questions. Were you really going to compare singing a few songs with me to the birth of your child? I suppose that since you left, I haven't been able to deal with my feelings very well. Well, it's kind of basic. If you want to finish the song, Paul, you may be right. What do you mean, maybe? Of course I am. As always. You were trying to write a song like Paul did 20 years ago. A Paul who is not a father. Does that seem like a small change to you? Yeah, it changes everything. Even today, I think that nothing else really matters much anymore. That's the Paul I remembered. The emotional Paul, the Paul from whom we drew the essence of all the songs we wrote. I don't think you need much more help, brother. You're right, as always. Thank you. What would you do without your older brother? You know, I'm always here when you need me. And I will not break my promise no matter how many silly things happen to me, like being a spirit. Nonsense. See you later, Paul. Give Mateo my regards. You can count on it. Wow, that was cool. I think we can say it was a complete success. I couldn't agree more. Thank you, Julia. All of this has given me a lot to think about and what to work on. I hope you stop by when you finish the song. And if you still need to ask your brother something, you know where to find me. After 20 years, I suppose we have a little more time. Alex never knew when to leave parties. I guess this is kind of like that. See you later. Wow, that was so cool. Everybody hydrate. I admit, I didn't think it was possible to summon a spirit that had been gone for so long. And there's Mom. Of course it's not normal. Your grandmother told me it was possible. She could summon spirits who had passed away a long time ago. Could it be that having unfinished business is real? Alex hadn't finished his demo. If that were the case, there would be many spirits with those circumstances. We all have some unfinished business, but the reality is that after a while, no matter how many things we have pending, we simply leave. I suppose there is much to learn about the spirit world. I'm sure I'll be learning all about them when I leave. I hadn't noticed that someone was coming in. I'm leaving. It's the kitty! He's back again! You must head out. Oh, thank you, Shaman. Much appreciated. Thank you for coming and everything that you do. Have fun. You again? Would you like some food? I'm sorry, I don't have any cat food. Julia is looking at the crystal ball. Could it be? What do you think? Well, I guess animals are just like us, aren't they? I've never done anything like that, but I guess. Would you like to talk to someone? Well, it seems like you want to contact someone. I don't know how this will turn out, but... Aww! Are you this kitten's mother? Okay, I guess you wanted to talk to your mom, didn't you, kitty? Go ahead. Had this ever happened to you? Oh, he just said thank you. For your first day, it hasn't been easy at all. I'm glad I was able to stay, although I see you've managed just fine. I still don't know how I did it. Someone's coming. Huh? Hello? What is your name? That kitten has just left. Is it yours? No. It came to see its mother. Wasn't it at home? No, its mother passed away, and it wanted me to help to talk to her. Can you talk to people who have passed away? Sometimes, yes. What is your name? My name is Lucy. Nice to meet you, Lucy. I'm Julia. Tell me, why did you come here? When my grandmother was sad, she would sometimes come here. Oh, I understand. You came to see my mother, who used to run the store. What happened to your mom? She also passed away, although lately I talked to her more than before. May I speak with your mother? Well, of course. Here she is. Mom, I hadn't called you yet. Julia, until I actually leave, this shop is as much yours as it is mine. So, can you cover a shift for me, Ma? Don't be funny. You know what I mean. Lucy, this is my mother. Her name is Cynthia. This is Lucy. Hi, Lucy. I'm glad to be able to chat with you. Your grandmother told me a lot about you. Really? When you were born, she used to come here a lot to tell your grandfather everything you were doing. There were weeks she came by on a daily basis. When you lost your first tooth, your first day of kindergarten, your first day of Christmas, your grandfather listened mesmerized to everything she told him. You should be happy to have grandparents who love you so much. And I could talk to my grandmother? Sure, honey. Julia, you don't need to call her. I'll take care of it this time. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. I know the theory. It shouldn't be that complicated. I was talking to her a moment ago. When will she be back? I don't know. It's the first time we've done this. I don't think it will take long. Okay. Why do you want to see your grandmother? Do you miss her? My grandmother she was my best friend. She was really a special person, wasn't she? Yeah. She understood me. She listened to me. What about your parents? I never met my dad and my mom. What's going on? My mom is telling me that my mom is always telling me what I can and cannot do. She doesn't talk to me. She doesn't know what I want to do. On the other hand, Grandma always talked to me. She's the only one who understands me. When my grandmother passed away, I felt so lonely. Was she also your best friend? Yes, of course. My parents worked long hours, and my grandmother was the one who picked me up from daycare, cooked. She was always with me. I love her very much. So, do you feel lonely like me? You always miss those who leave, but that doesn't mean you're alone. When my grandmother passed away, I started coming to the store with my mother. When my father left work, he would pick me up here, and we would walk around until my mother finished her shift at the store. We talked to Edgar, my great uncle, who has a pharmacy nearby. We would go to Harold's flower shop and buy a rose for my mother. My mother doesn't do that. When my grandmother passed away, it was difficult for everyone. I was little and I had to be taken care of. My grandmother was the one who could always be with me after school, and she helped my parents a lot. But my parents were always with me whenever it was possible. When my grandmother passed away, things were difficult for them at first. I didn't know that at the time. I understood it when I grew up. But soon they managed to adapt to the new circumstance. My mother, no. Granny! Hello, dear. Has the cat got your tongue? I've missed you, love. Granny! I thought I would never see you again. What are you talking about? Of course you are going to see me. I will always be with you, helping your mother take care of you. She doesn't listen to me like you do. Do you know who said the same thing, Lucy? Huh? Your mother. Grandparents and parents are like a scale in the lives of our grandchildren. Parents are the one who have to teach them the rules. what you can and cannot do. Those who set the limits. Grandparents, we're the complete opposite. The ones who bake cookies with their grandchildren, even though your mother isn't too happy about you eating too many. Those who see them stay up, those who let them stay up late, playing board games with their grandfather. But, so you were like Mom? Of course, Lucy. And I'm sure you'll be the same. But with you, I could talk about anything. The bullies at school, about homework. You even took me out after class sometimes to eat my favorite cake. But do you know where Mom was during all that time? Yeah. Are you sure? I know she wasn't with me. Hug. Yeah, most definitely, Hayes. She was working, Lucy. Like Julia, she is not with her father now. Wrong command. Hydrate, sorry. I think both are right. Because she was working at the store. My mom spent a lot of time at the store because thanks to her being here, we were able to have our house and buy the clothes we wore. Tabitha, welcome in, welcome in. Lovely to see you. A good morning to all from Seattle, Washington. Thank you, Tabitha. We are playing Spirit Talk. And basically, it's kind of like a graphic novel, I guess, as we try and help the community. Like and share. Thank you so much, Tabitha. Shall we make a deal? What deal? Go home today and tell Mom to bake the cookies that Grandma used to make with you. But Mom never baked cookies with us. That's why you'll have to be the one to lead the recipe. Do you remember the ingredients? You always had them ready. I just threw them in. Remember the flavors, Lucy. Do you remember how you always tasted everything before mixing it? Yeah. They were, And everybody's saying hi. You're helping a friend. Oh, that's wonderful. I like that. I think I can help you with that. Wait a second. All right, so we want a memory spell. I'm sure I saw a perfect spell for this in Mom's book. If there's one spell that I had to cast, it's the one you have to prepare now. Have you come to help me prepare the spell? Julia, that would be cheating. I'd just like to see your progress. What a help. So we want her to remember the flavors, right? So she has to remember the flavors. You're going into lurk again. Okay, thank you, Hayes. I remember using this spell all the time when I came back from eating something I loved. That's how I wrote down the ingredients for making recipes at home. Wouldn't it have been easier to ask for the recipe? Where's the fun in that? Okay, I guess she's got you there. Come on, don't delay any longer. All right, so we want a spell. Let me write this down. All right, not happy, but a familiar smell, a forgotten flavor, because it's the taste that she needs to remember. So, your subconscious for traces of an old sweet, letting the energy of the flavor settle on your tongue. So there's only 2 ingredients in this. Right? Wait. Forgotten flavor. There's just 2. All right, ingredients. So we want subconscious and energy. So energy is day oil. And subconscious is azurite. Am I interpreting this right? Well, let's find out. Okay, azurite is the blue, and energy is day oil. Cook. We did it again! Our third potion! Forgotten flavor. The new recipe has been added to the book. It's just what you needed. Here we go. Are you done, Julia? I think so. Do you remember the flavors now? Now I remember them all. It's as if I were savoring them right now. What were they? Butter, sugar, and vanilla. And do you remember the ingredient you never tried? Flour. I see that. With a little help from Julia, you've managed to remember everything. Aw, thank you, Tabitha. That's very sweet. Much, much appreciated. Definite healing hugs coming your way, Hayes. I see that with a little help from Julia, you've managed to remember everything. But why do I have to bake cookies with Mom? To remind her that you love her. To take care of her. But I'm the one who lost her grandmother. She's the one who has to take care of me. But Lucy, she has lost her mother. The person who took care of her. Oh, okay, Hayes. All right. Thanks for letting me know, sweetie. How would you feel if that happened? Remind her that you love her, my dear. That you support her. I thought you would understand me. I want to be alone. Aww. Forgive her, Julia. She is still very young and does not know how to handle all of this. I don't know how to cope with my mom passing away either. The unknown always saddens us, but it is what always drives us forward. Just yesterday, I didn't think I would be in the store continuing my mother's work. I'm grateful for you allowing me to see my granddaughter again. Do you mind if I come back again? Of course, I would love for you to meet again. But she didn't seem very keen on the task. Don't worry. I know she'll be back. Hayes. Well, that should be fun. Sorta. I'm just sad that you are in the pain that you are, sweetie. Much hugs. Many, many hugs. And much love. There we go. That's the proper way to say it. And I know she'll even bake cookies with my daughter. In the end, she always comes to her senses. She's exactly as I was as a child. A stubborn one. You two really are close. That's undeniable. When my son-in-law passed, my daughter and later Lucy had to support each other in everything. Anyway, I won't take up any more of your time, Julia. Don't worry about it. I enjoyed talking to you. So did I, dear. Because you don't know what you're saying. Well, that's a thing. All right, let's see. Yes, I think so. Mom, is that how you're going to show up from now on? Should I knock on the door? At around this time, I usually close the store. So I guess I'll go home. For your first day, it's been very busy. This was a normal day when you were working? Well, there were all kinds of days. But I admit it was a good test to see if you were ready for all of this. Well, you have passed with flying colors. That's for sure. I am tired. I think I'm going home now. Serving as a bridge between the spirit world and the world of the living is not something that consumes little energy. If you could give my regards to your father, I would appreciate it. Even if he could come to see me. Yesterday, he didn't want to talk to me too much. Your father has been able to recover from everything, or hasn't been able to recover from everything that happened yet. Not only that now. Anyway, get some rest, honey. Good evening, Mom. All right, our second day, October 25th. I didn't expect my first day to be so exhausting. I didn't know how much pressure Mom was under. When I talked to Dad about my first day, his face didn't change at all. Why isn't he proud of me for following in Mom's footsteps? But the strange thing is, I don't think he's angry with me. What's wrong with him? Oh my goodness. Oh. That was weird because I didn't do anything. The controller just did it on its own. I'm sure today won't be as complicated as yesterday was. After all, it's no longer my first day. Here we go. And Harold, may I ask you something? Of course. How can I help you, Julia? Can a flower wilt overnight without anyone changing anything? It could be. It depends. Is there a plant that's giving you trouble? It's happening to a friend of mine. Your friend certainly has a serious problem. Is it really that serious? If he's ruled everything out and it's still like that. Plants are just as complex as we are, Julia. What do you mean? Just like us, they feel too. So if a plant is not okay despite everything else being the same, its real problem may be related to its feelings. Okay, a plant has feelings, and that was, I know she's talking about, I think her name was Martha, and the plant that was Martha's favorite plant. I think that was her name. Mary, Martha, something. I had no idea. It's not common knowledge, but it's completely true. Why do you think I always try to be cheerful in the shop? Feel free to ask me anything you need. Don't hesitate to ask me about anything else. I guess that means we're done talking. And there's our uncle. How was your first day, Julia? To be honest, it was more complicated than I thought it would be. You didn't know how hard your mother's job was, did you? To be honest, I had no clue. Your mother had a great passion for what she did, but she knew it wasn't easy. What if I can't help everyone? It's impossible to help everybody, Julia, but your mission is to give your best, but always within your limits. And I'm sure you'll be able to do great things. When I started working at the pharmacy, I thought it would be impossible to understand everything. And how did you manage? With time. As you get older, you find out that most things are solved that way, with time. But Mom won't be there to help me. You're wrong about that. Cynthia will always be by your side, even if you don't believe it. You really remind me of your mother during our first days. Okay, so I guess we're done talking to him. And there's Lulu. Remember, she's the one that that spread the word about opening the store and set up the post office and did everything. All right, you're going to lurk now. Don't forget to hydrate. Here we go. Done and done. Lulu, how did you find the time to put an ad in the newspaper about the reopening? I have my ways, you know that. Yesterday, some customers came in precisely thanks to that. I'm glad to have contributed to the reopening. It was about time someone like you helped this town. Where did you think the name of the town came from? Spirit Town is unique. I suppose Cynthia told you about that. Without a place where people can properly channel those energies, it would be a waste. I would love to have your gift. It's something wonderful. What about you? Can't you do what I do? I'm a mere amateur, Julia. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to bridge between the spirit world and ours like you do. The bridge? Yes. Like in those cartoons you like so much. I can only sense or even hear things on my own, but you are a catalyst for the spirits to manifest. I didn't know this job was so important. That's right. You are a very special person, Julia. That's why you have to use your gift for those who need it. Julia, the new spiritual bridge. I like how that sounds. All right, we're done talking to her. There's the ice cream shop. And here we are. It seems someone has left a newspaper in my mailbox. Daily Spirit, tribute to local bands. Oh, wait. Is this the, related to the guy who wanted to talk to his brother? They wrote music when they were younger. I wonder if that's it. Are these Paul and Alex? Alex looks exactly the same, but it would be impossible to recognize Paul. Whoa. Hold on a second. My ears are starting to hurt. Oh. All right. I think I got to take the headband off. I think we'll run one more day and then I'm going to have to stop. Kind of give my head a rest from the headphones. Oh, my cat is up there going like this. His nose is bothering him. Oh, what a strange feeling. It feels like this has been my shop my whole life. It always has been, I guess, but I used to see it from a different perspective. I wasn't sure whether you'd inherit the gift, but it's clear you managed to master it better than any of us. I didn't have much of a choice, unfortunately, but that doesn't take away from your merit. Are things between you and Dad better? I guess, but I'm not really sure. Yesterday we were talking about this and that, and I told him about my first day at the shop. Then he stopped talking to me, and today he barely said good morning. He'll get there, Julia. But what does he have to get? You've managed to improve your spiritual abilities a lot, but you're still too young to understand certain things. But, Julia, you have a new customer. We'll continue later. Is it open? Yes, of course. Hello. Hi. Name's Carol. Honestly, I'm not sure I'm in the right place. I'm desperate. What's the matter? you may have come to the right place, Yesterday, my wife left home and I haven't heard from her since. Well, you might be right. I'm not sure how I can help you with that. I went to the police and they told me she's an adult woman and there is no real signs of anything out of the ordinary. But did something happen that might have made her want to disappear? Well, yes. We were having a heated argument. At a certain point, she decided to walk out. Oh, I see. When I told that to the police, they said it was a marital dispute and that unless there was some indication, they couldn't help me. I understand, but my specialty isn't exactly contacting those who are still with them. I know. I was told about your mother and what she did, and I'm aware it's not something conventional, but if something happened to her, I'd rather know. I understand. We can give it a try if you want to. Are you ready? I am. All right. Well, it's very strange. What's happening? I sensed something, but I can't quite make out what it might be. What's wrong, Julia? Mom, it's as if I can contact Carol's wife, but I think she hasn't passed on yet. It's not something unusual, but it makes sense. Lily may be in an in-between state. Is Lily in danger? It could be. That's why you may sense her faintly, since she hasn't crossed over to the other side yet. I understand. What's going on? I can sense Lily, but she hasn't passed on yet. That's good, I suppose. Not entirely. If I can sense her, it's because she's in a halfway place. Is Lily in danger? Might be. Lily! Carol? We don't have much time, Lily. Are you in danger? Where are you? I don't know. Who are you? My name's Julia, Lily. Carol came here because you disappeared and we think you're in danger. In danger? Julia is Cynthia's daughter, the woman who contacted spirits. Does that mean? No, not yet. But we may not have much time. That's why we need you to focus so we can find you. What do you remember? I only remember our argument and maybe... What is it, Lily? Anything you could help us focus. A smell. I do remember it well, but I do remember I entered a place with a very strong smell. All right. I know which spell we're going to have to cast. I think I can help you with that. I'm going to check if I have something that might help refresh Lily's memory. Please, Julia, it's vital. Please, we better get this right. All right, we're calling a smell. I might have something in the spell book that could help us. All right, we want to spell. Familiar smell. Familiar sound. Forgotten thoughts. Lost item. Forgotten flavor. Forgotten knowledge. Listen to yourself. Forgotten motivation. So this has to be it. All right. Familiar smell. The silence is filled with subtle harmony, while the growth of an olfactory memory floods your senses. All right. So this is the familiar smell. So we know silence. Wait, growth. Growth is emerald. Harmony. Harmony is Cosmo. So now we're looking for silence. There we go. Night oil. Night oil, Cosmo, and emerald. All right. Night oil. Here we go. Cosmo. Emerald. Cook. We got it. Familiar smell. And our cookbook is updated. I'm sure it will be easier for you to remember the smell, Lily. Now, Lily, I'm not sure. Focus, Lily. It smelled of lavender. Were you in the park, a garden? I'm not sure, but I don't think so. The smell of lavender was very strong. I can't quite understand how this can be of much help to us. When we argued, I left home, and shortly after leaving, I remember how that smell completely washed over me. It was a comforting feeling. It helped me clear my head. Is there anything else that might help us, Lily? Right now, we don't have much to help you with. Maybe a clock? A clock? Somehow, shortly after leaving home, a clock caught my eye, as if it were something familiar. I remember... Lily! The connection with Lily is very weak. Well, but does that mean... If that were the case, her connection would most likely have grown stronger. Lily is between two worlds. I suppose her consciousness right now is on the side closest to ours. I suppose that's good. That's what I think. Thank you, Julia. There's no time to waste. I know little, but I'll do my best to find out what happened. Good luck. Ooh, I don't remember days this busy in years. Isn't it usually like this? The usual cases are people who don't know how to sort out paperwork after a loved one has passed. A piece of advice. Or they simply look for an excuse to see those they miss. But contacting someone lost in this way? I can count on one hand how many times that has happened. Even counting your grandmother's cases. I suppose fate, one way or another, wants me to put me to the test. I'm grateful that at least it's with you here to help me. Edmund with the flower. Good afternoon, Julia. Hello again, Edmund. Any news about Mary's flower? Well, yes and no. Oh, what happened? I did what we discussed, and the plant is still the same. We'd better call Mary. Yes, please. Edmund, what are you doing here so soon? Why do you say that, Mary? I thought it would take you a few days to come back since you need to take gardening slowly. It seems it does not work that way with your flower. The flower seems to be getting worse, Mary. I see. But did you put the fertilizer on it yesterday? Yes, as soon as I got home, I looked for your notes and made it. The notes were behind this photo. Aww. I remember that day as if it were yesterday. So do I. That day, Julia, was the day we bought our house. Mary and I had been saving up to make a down payment, and we didn't have a single cent left in the bank. Well, a little something was left. Just enough to buy your flower. Wow, no wonder that flower is so important. Oh, did you buy the flower the same day you bought your home? Yes, a long time ago now. The first night we slept in the house, all we had was a mattress, a sheet my parents gave us, the flower, and each other. Those were times when we were very tight financially, and yet we had everything. I wouldn't change a single moment for those times. Neither would I, my love. Aw. Well, what about the fertilizer? Yes, of course. I put it on at night, as the note said. And in the morning, just a few hours ago, the flower was radiant. So the experiment really worked. Yes and no. During the night, I was very happy because I thought it was the solution. I got up and saw it looking radiant as it used to, and organized my day as usual over breakfast. But when I finished having breakfast, the flower was wilted again. That tells us that neither moving it nor fertilizer are the solution. That's what I thought, and I preferred to come as soon as possible to talk to you, Mary. I see. And how did it go with your granddaughter? Of course. Did you see Catherine? I almost forgot. Those look great. Take one, Julia. I brought them for you. Aw, thank you so much. I talked to Catherine and told her what you told me, Mary. Did my little one take it well? As I had to pick her up from nursery when I left yesterday, I told her everything on the way home. In the afternoon, we made the cookies, and she was the one who put the flour in the kitchen. I thought that instead of waiting for our daughter to make the cookies with her, I thought it would be better if she baked them with me. I understand, sweetheart. Catherine was beaming as if she were seeing you again. My sweet girl. She could feel you with her again. I suppose she took the cookies home when our daughter picked her up. There was no debate about that. I can guarantee that. So I managed to save these I brought. Why are you asking, Mary? Because during the night I felt her again. I heard her again. As I told you, objects have no special properties. But if we feel there is something that ties them to a loved one, it's a very powerful way of reaching them, as in the case with the flower. But the mystery remains the same. What is happening to the plant to make it like this? Just before the day I left, I remember you told me something about the plant. That you had done something. Well, yes. I thought, what did you think, Edmund? I'm not sure. I remember our daughter came to the hospital and told me to go home and rest. I didn't want to leave, but you know Alice. You people can make her change her mind. I gave in, went home to shower, and came back to you at the hospital. And when I got home, I saw the plant and thought, oh, I just can't quite figure out what was going through my head at that moment, to be honest. Okay, so we need to kind of remember a moment. It wasn't an easy time. Don't worry, Edmund. If you'd like, I can take a look at my mother's spell book to see if there's anything that could help us. We'd appreciate that very much, Julia. All right. So it's a moment that a memory he has to remember. Is it possible to remember a thought you had in the past? I hope Mom wrote something about that in the book. All right. So let's look at spells. Happy moment, familiar smell, a familiar sound, forgotten thoughts. That might be it. Lost item, no. Forgotten flavor, forgotten knowledge. Listen to yourself, forgotten motivation. I almost think it's forgotten thoughts because I think that might be what it is. Let's try that one. Hopefully we're right. Forgotten thoughts. A spark of energy brings mental clarity, allowing your subconscious to retrieve that specific idea. Okay. So we want energy. Clarity. Clarity is sunflower. Day oil, energy. Day oil. Now we're just looking for subconscious. Oh, there we go. Azurite. So we're looking for day oil, sunflower, and azurite, I hope. Okay. Energy is day oil. Clarity is sunflower. Subconscious is azurite. There we go. Forgotten thoughts. A new recipe is discovered, and it's just what you needed. I think it was a success. Do you remember what you were thinking, Edmund? Now, my mind seems to be clearing up. When I got home and saw Mary's flower, I thought things could end differently. I felt, even if just for a moment, happy. Unfortunately, things turn out differently from how we planned. I thought we could take a trip to Japan. You know, that trip we'd always dreamed of. Did you like Japanese culture? Mary was passionate about it. I confess that above all, I wanted to visit Japan because of the food. She would spend all day watching cooking recipes online about Japanese food. Mary was always a true queen of the kitchen. It was her great passion. When I stopped working at the restaurant, Edmund had to put up with tasting all the experiments I had used to do at work. It was usually all delicious, but when you experimented with Japanese recipes and made them on your own, the result wasn't always the best. That's true. And yet you never complained. I knew it made you happy. Aw, these two are so sweet. And the flower, where did you take it when you were thinking about all of that? I took the flower from the kitchen and brought it to the small garden behind the house. I had spent a long time at the hospital with Mary, and I wanted to get a little sun with the flower. I wanted to have Mary close to me, even if it was like that. I felt relaxed. Even for a moment, I felt happy. And the flower, in the minutes that followed, seemed to start shining more than usual. The flower was a little wilted after having neglected it so much since we had been in the hospital. But I think that was the moment it looked like the most beautiful I had ever seen it. I assumed it was because the sun at that moment. Of course, that might have been it. What do you mean, Mary? I don't understand what you mean either. The sun. Maybe after all the time at the hospital, the flower needed a little more sun, and that's why it looked a little better during that time. But I thought it was an indoor plant. Isn't that contradictory? I suppose everything has its limits. The poor thing has gone too long without our care, and now it needs it. Like a treatment or a therapy? Something like that. It does not make a lot of sense to me, but we don't have many more options either. I've just thought of something. put the flower in the sun. Let's meet here in 2 days and see how the flower is doing then. If it's doing well, we can rest easy and know what it needed. If it's not, then we'll keep looking for other options. That sounds like a fantastic idea, Julia. Agreed. Then it's settled. Indeed. See you in a couple of days, darling. And to you, Julia, thank you again, dear. It's always a pleasure chatting with you both. See you, Mary. Aw. Well, I suppose we have a date in 2 days. That's right. Thank you again. I hope we finally get to the bottom of all this. I'm sure we will. Wait a minute. The one sitting by the door? Lucy, is that you? Why haven't you come in? Are those cookies? Edmund brought them. He made them with his granddaughter and he wanted me to try them. Do you ask everyone who comes in here to make cookies? I hadn't thought about it until now. Yesterday when you left, your grandmother and I were worried about you. I'm sorry. Don't worry, Lucy. Grandma! My mother taught you to do that, didn't she? Cynthia told me that if I sense my grandmother around here, I shouldn't wait for you to summon me. Oh, that's what I thought. I'm sorry if I startled you. Don't worry. Lucy was talking about yesterday. What did you say to Julia, Lucy? I'm sorry. You know, I will always forgive you, my darling. I talked to Mom. Did you bake the cookies? When I got home, I put all the ingredients I remembered on the table. Mom was very worried. She asked me where I'd been, and I told her I had come to see you. Didn't you tell her you would come to see me? No. Even though you live just 2 houses away, you know you can't do that, Lucy. I know. She gave me a hug and made me promise that if I came, I would tell her first. Well done. I told her what you told me, Grandma, and we baked the cookies. Did they turn out well? I guess. She told me that when she was little, she used to get mad at you. When your mom and I argued, which was quite often, afterwards she and I would start baking cookies. It was our way of remembering that no matter what happened, we loved each other. She told me that if she saw you making cookies, she would come over and help you without saying a word. When your mother finds it hard to express her feelings, she says nothing. She simply tries to show them in another way. And if I saw her baking them, I did the same in silence. I know Mom loves me, but that's not enough. But it's a start. Do you remember your mother, Lucy? Love is many times caring for someone without ever fully understanding the other person. When we finished baking the cookies, she told me we could go to the village this weekend. What a great idea! But I don't want to go to the village. My things are here, and I'm going to get so bored. Did you get angry when she said that? You can't keep getting angry all the time, Lucy. But your mother wants you to go to the village to spend time with you. Isn't that what you wanted? Yes, but shall we make a deal again? Like last time? What deal? You were saying you were going to get bored in the village, weren't you? Yes. When your mother was little and we went to your great-grandmother's village house, your mother and I used to play a game. What game? Your mother had a butterfly book that whenever we went to the village, we would take with us. We would play to see who could spot the most types of butterflies. That sounds like so much fun. Doesn't that sound appealing to you, Lucy? Yes, I guess. But right now I can't remember where that book is. Oh, we got to remember where we forgot something. I know my daughter still keeps it in her house. Shall we take a look at my mother's spell book? Yes, please. All right, so we're looking for something that we misplaced, where something is. Julia, this spell you are about to cast is possibly the most important of all the ones in the book. Is it really that powerful? Very much so. Why? This spell is the only thing your father and I could use to find odd socks when we did the laundry. Oh, really? Now, Julia, that responsibility at home is yours. Well, it is really important that I learn to do this spell to find the lost socks. All right, here we go. Next spell. It's the lost sock. The lost item. Wow. Finds lost socks. How cool. Lost item. Through the silence, which we already know is night oil. Nostalgia. Which is Dahlia. For what has been lost, activates your will to find its hiding place. I don't think I've done will yet. Oh, yes, I have. It's the ruby. So we already know night oil, Dahlia, and ruby. So night oil, Dahlia, and ruby. We've just created a lost item, and that has now been updated in the book. Do you remember now? Well, I think so, actually. Lucy, do you remember why Mom keeps old photos? Maybe, I'm not sure. Well, ask her. That's where she used to keep the butterfly book. Why with the old photos? When my daughter grew up, she used to keep photos from when we went to the village. The book became a sort of album with so many photos tucked between those pages. And what do I do when I find it? Give it to Mom. She'll know what to do when you get to the village. But I never agreed to go to the village. But didn't you say you wanted to? None of you understand me. And away she goes. I see that leaving without warning is going to become a habit. Don't worry, she's very young, and she has to learn to face her feelings. I suppose so. Anyway, I understand she'll end up going to the village with her mother. Are you that sure? I wouldn't be surprised if my daughter has already prepared everything to leave, even today. Today? My daughter usually has tomorrow off, so I don't think she'll want to wait until the weekend when it tends to be busier. We'll see what happens. Shall we meet again when my daughter gets back? Of course. It's always a pleasure. Lucy reminds me a lot of you, Julia. In which sense? In the sense of what is fair and what is not. Lucy thinks she is the one who deserves to be comforted, the one who has truly lost a loved one. But Lucy doesn't do it out of selfishness. She simply doesn't understand that there are other people who are sad for the same reason she is, and that everyone carries their grief in the way they can. I don't know why you say that, Mom. Really? Come on, Julia. You know Dad loves you, don't you? Yes, I know that, but try talking to him and see what's going on with him. I wouldn't like to leave knowing things are still the same between you. I'll try, Mom. I know. It's getting late, Julia. Close the shop. That's enough for today. Whew! Those were some loaded ones. October 26th. When I agreed to run Mom's shop, I never thought every day would be such a big challenge. Mom's work is not only hard, but I feel like I have too much responsibility, even more than what is expected of someone with my gift. I hope Dad eventually understands that this is something that goes beyond myself, or even beyond Mom. October 27th, an unexpected return. Another morning back to work. I think I could get used to doing this. Excuse me. Oh, I got the hiccup. Sorry. Uh-oh. Oh, there, I think that was the last one. Sorry. All right, and here we go. We are done. Let's see. Do we have to save? I don't think we do, but we will save it anyway. We'll save there. Okay, return. And here we go. Are you sure you want to return to the main menu? Yeah. All right, that was an awful lot. Those were very, this is a very emotional story, book that we're reading, for sure. And I hope you all are good, and I hope you all enjoyed, Spirit Talk. It's something that I've been meaning to do and wanted to do, but it it's fun, but it's emotional for sure. Let's see. We have 11 people watching and 17 likes on the stream. Thank you. Thank you, Amp, for the raid, and thank you to each and every one of you for popping in. It's noon here and already 81 degrees. It's supposed to be 93. It's only up to 79 right now, but I know with the humidity, it's much worse out there. So stay cool, Tabitha. Each and every one of you, stay cool right now. Let me see if there's somebody we can raid, because I sort of need to have a mental relaxation after all that. Let's see. All right. All right, let's see. Jessica wonders. I can't quite read. Oh, retro. The retro rewind. Oh, that's a good simulator. Lissy Cozy Corner is playing Terraria. Jordan's Den is playing The Last of Us. That's a very emotional thing and not at all cozy. Ludi McScooty is playing Dinkum. And Ginger Gamer is playing Stardew. Tigress is playing Mario Kart. Mr. Ted's is playing Skyformer. Oh, Big Dave is also playing. Big Dave is out. We haven't. He's finally back in Canada, so we are going to Big Dave. When you get there, hashtag Cozy Cow Raid. And be sure to like and subscribe because Big Dave and Ludi McScooty, because you'll pop into one and then pop into the other. They're playing Dinkum together. You're going to love them. Love them, love them, love them. Y'all have a great one. And I want to say before I go, oh, Stu says it's noon here. It's 3 o'clock where I am. Here is a big supportive hug to everybody out there. I know this is a very emotional, sensitive game, and thank you for hanging out with me. When we get to Big Dave, like, subscribe, and ring the cowbell because he is truly mootastic. You will love him. All right, y'all have a great one, and I'll see you at Big Dave's. Bye.